I'm really excited about what we're going to be trying to do here. I've been spending a lot of time and a lot of effort and energy thinking and planning on how I can try to make this really exciting, and I am very excited about some of my ideas. One of the things I'd like to do is take some songs and look at the lyrics and the poetry of that and how that may inspire us to greater heights. I'd like to possibly take some poetry in and of itself and use that to inspire us. Or what about lines from movies that are inspirational and how they can motivate us to greater heights? I was really excited about doing this, and it's what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. But my whole plan was looking at a song called Heart of the Matter, written by Don Henley, and the link below will show you a link where Don Henley and the Eagles actually perform it in an acoustical version. It's pretty awesome. And I wanted to look at the lyrics there. It talks about forgiveness. And it's amazing how, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this, but how life imitates art. And the opening line of the song is, I got the call today that I didn't want to hear, but I knew that it was coming. And it's interesting, as I was planning and thinking about how I'm going to do this, I got a message on Thursday. Did you ever get one of those messages, a phone call, a text, an email, that literally knocks your feet right out from underneath you? It knocks the wind completely out of your sails. Well, this was a message that I got on Thursday that just caused me to go into a state of just discouragement. And I started to realize, God, why? What is going on? Maybe you can relate. And I started to realize that there are things that go on in our life that we absolutely have no control over. And this morning when I got up, I started thinking about it more and more, and praying about it, and meditating, and thinking about Jesus. And there's a passage in the book of Hebrews, chapter 5, it talks about Jesus in this way. During his life on earth, Jesus prayed to God, who could save him from death. He prayed and pleaded with loud crying and tears, and he was heard because of his devotion to God. Although Jesus was the Son of God, he learned to be obedient through his sufferings. After he had finished his work, he became the source of eternal salvation for everyone who obeys him. God appointed him chief priest in the way Melchizedek was a priest. I started thinking about Christ's life and the challenges that he was going through. And as much as he was God in the flesh, he was accused by people. People who should have known who he was, fought against him. Even those that he dedicated his life to abandon him. And yet through all of that, even though he had the power of God literally at his fingertips, he said that on the night he was arrested, he could have called 12 legions of angels to come and fight for him. Yet in light of all of that, the book of Hebrews says that he spent his time in loud cries and tears to the one who could save him. And if that's how Jesus felt and needed his relationship with God the Father, how much more do I need that? How much more do you need that? And as we start this devotion that we're going to look at, I really want us to ask us a question. How devoted are we to prayer? How devoted are we to faith in our prayer? And do we really believe that God is ultimately in control and that we are not? I want to ask us to meditate on this today and take our prayer life with God much more seriously and much deeper than we ever have. Until next time.